Alright, in this video, I plan on ticking off a lot of women and probably a lot of men too. Talk about modesty. Actually, I'm going to talk about prostitution. That's right, prostitution. You see, years ago, women were a lot more modest so that you could distinguish between a lady and a prostitute, right? A lady wasn't revealing her body to the world. She was being herself, trying to attract a man that wanted to know her and would love her for her, right? While a prostitute would wear clothing to show off the goods that are for sale and to make the goods look better. So there would be certain clothes being worn, accessories, and makeup to attract customers so that the goods could be sold and money could be made. Now, today, things are a lot different. Not everywhere, mainly in the bigger cities. There's less and less distinction between a lady and a prostitute, where they are looking the same. And that's not only that, they are also acting the same way. You see, these women who are not prostitutes, but they are dressing like prostitutes, are doing it for the same reasons, where these women want attention, right? So they are using their body to get the attention, right? They're selling something for something. They do this out in the open. They do it on this OnlyFans thing that's blowing up, and not only that, they do it so that they can get dates and fellas to buy them dinners and take them out places, to go on vacations, to get men to do certain things for them, and then they can just go and leave them when they're done with them and go do this with others. They are no different than a prostitute, even if they're doing it just for attention. They are making a trade. I give you my body for your attention, right? It might not be sex for money, it's still prostitution. And it's ultimately just selfish. It's what they want. And if you speak out about it, it's because you're the problem. How am I the problem? I believe you have the freedom to do what you want. You can dress how you want, but there's just consequences to how you dress. You say you do it because you like it, you feel good or whatever. Well, okay. Well, you're going to attract a certain type of man. And today, women are talking about how it's hard to find a good man and how men only want one thing. Well, you're only advertising one thing and you're only offering one thing, right? And I know that a lot of this has to do with men, such as fathers, right? A lot of fathers, they got a daughter and they really wanted a son. So they don't really give that kind of affection that they ought to their daughter. Or they just don't give affection really to their children. And the daughters really need to feel the love of the father, and they need that father influence to show them how a man ought to treat them and to show them what is acceptable of a woman by how they treat their mother and how their mother acts. The mother is also an issue there too, where the daughter is going to follow the mother's example, right? But if the father acts as a man and he makes sure he gets himself a good woman, he is responsible for how that little girl is going to grow up. And if she's going to need to fill that hole that she has for her father's attention by trying to get the attention of other men, just so she can feel good about herself, right? So I do say men are to blame for this. And not only that, but men who are mad at me for saying this, they're to blame as well, because they want you dressing like that because they like looking at you. They like thinking about you, right? They like it. They like you showing off the goods and not being modest. So they're going to encourage you to keep dressing like that. And when somebody comes up like me and says something about it, because we actually care, right? Because if you truly want to feel loved, that's not the way to go about it. And these people, they don't love you, they just like your body. And you know it deep down. And they're going to white knight and fight for you because somebody's saying, hey, care about yourself. Take care of yourself. You want a good man, you have to be a good woman. Just like if a man wants a good woman, he has to be a good man. It plays both ways. Just this video happens to be focused on the women, so chill out. And you have to be willing not to have what you want, such as attention or a man. A lot of times with men and women, you just give up on your standards and accept what you can get just because you want one. You want a man or you want a woman, right? You got to be willing not to have it until you get exactly what it is you want, right? And ultimately, to get what you want, which is the love, you're only going to actually get that true love from a relationship with God. Because men, even the best of fathers, the best of brothers, best of husbands and sons, are not perfect, and they're going to act selfishly, and you're not going to feel that love, especially the unconditional love, that's going to make you feel empty, kind of lost and worthless, right? And to ultimately feel that love, that unconditional love, where you're not worried about not getting it from a man, you need to get it from God. And I know this world has gotten us thinking that we're animals, teaching this evolution bullshit. So you're just acting like an animal, right? That's just what they taught you to do. You're just a talking ape. So men are supposed to act like the animals that they are, and so women are supposed to act like the animals they are. But in reality, we're more than that. And you need to have that relationship with God. You need to realize that in spite of how you are, and I know you feel this way because everybody feels this way at times, where we feel like we're unlovable, like we've gone too far, we've said and done the wrong things, we're not worthy of being loved. And a lot of times that's why we act like this, such as women not being modest, is they don't think they deserve that love, so the only thing they can get is attention for their body and get this fake love that is more like shooting up a drug, where you get this temporary fix and you just need more of it. You're never actually satisfied. But when you realize that you're a sinner and that that's just our nature, is to be selfish and to get addicted to things that are wrong, right? Things that don't even benefit us. And we know that they don't benefit us, but we still keep doing them, right? Whether it's drinking, smoking, some other drug, addicted to certain type of people, right? Like the women who say they like the bad boys, they know they shouldn't be with them. That's exactly that. Your flesh desires that, but there's a part of you inside, is your soul, that says, no, this is not what I should go after. You have that conflict. And to actually resolve that conflict, you need to realize what you are, a sinner. It's your nature. And you need to realize that you can't change this. And the only thing you can do is come to the cross to meet God and cry out to Jesus to save you. And by truly believing this act of faith, you end up giving your life to Jesus right there so that he can put this nature to death up there on the cross, so that your past, present, and future sins are taken care of. God paid for them, right? Because he loves you. He came into this world to do this for you. He's the ultimate father, the ultimate husband. So you're taken care of. And in exchange for you giving him your life, he gives you his. And his life is perfect and immortal. And it actually starts within you with this new birth and the baptism of his spirit, where you start to change from the inside out, where you actually have your desires met, where you are actually loved and you know you're loved by God. And now you don't need to seek attention because you have God's attention 24/7. You don't need to get it from anyone else. So you don't have to wear these type of clothing to draw attention, make yourself feel good, wear all the makeup and jewelry and all that stuff. You don't need to, because you have your desires met by the perfect man, Christ Jesus. So, hopefully you heard me out and you didn't just freak out and spam the comments with hate. And I hope I helped you out. I hope you think about this, and yeah. Anyway, hope you take care. Thanks for watching.